what that was until one day I jerked off, then 6 hours later I was like, what the fuck? I changed my pants. The supermarket. I bought a book to teach me how to manage my social anxiety, but the problem is now I just spend all my time alone reading it. On a pillow shaped like my father. Which is really hard to get. You gotta shop at Bed Bath & Beyond Sadness. You know, get a mold made. You gotta make a whole weekend of it. Spend some quality time with your dad. Oh, you can go get it and make it a pillow. It doesn't matter what I'm doing on it. Talk about having anxiety, I'm also a very paranoid guy. Public bathrooms freak me out. I'm always afraid that I'll be using a urinal and a man will come in and stand next to me and he'll turn his head and say, hey man, you have a really nice penis. That's not what worries me. What worries me is that I'll say thank you. You know, be polite. I'm so paranoid that the only reason I think I'm alive to this day is because I thought the other sperm were chasing me. Sometimes I get paranoid about things that don't matter, like things that could never actually happen in my life. Like, oh man, what if I'm in a situation where I have to ask a Chinese musician to lay down some tracks? That'd just be uncomfortable for everybody. My anxiety's gotten in the way of relationships. I recently went through a breakup with a girl. She said that we didn't have anything in common other than that neither of us really liked me. And I was like, oh yeah, well what about Breakfast at Tiffany's? She said, I think I remember the film. As I recall, we both kind of liked it. What does that have to do with you crying so much? I'm glad that we broke up though. She's one of these kinky girls. She likes to talk dirty in the bedroom. I'm a comic. If you talk dirty to me, I'm just going to laugh in your face. Because it's funny to me. My idea of dirty talk is saying things like, no. Stop. Quit hitting me. One time she asked me to do a very kinky thing. She asked me to put my penis in her ear, which I thought was strange, so I did it. I asked her how it felt, and I'll never forget what she said. She said, what? Gotta speak up, sweetheart. Got a dick in my ear. Another good reason I'm glad we broke up. She was a little dumb. I remember when we broke up, she actually sent me all my dick pics back. With a message that just said, guess I won't be needing these anymore. Alright, that's fine. I mean, I know the joke better than you guys, so. Normally, that does well. I can't pretend that I'm happy with this. Hey, you guys ever hear your cell phone go off and it turns out it's just you crying? You guys ever Google a painless way to kill yourself? Turns out number one best way to kill yourself painlessly is to throw yourself in front of a train. I thought that was weird, because I started thinking about the guy who's driving the train. Now he's got to live with that for the rest of his life. He's going to get real sad. He's going to think, how can I kill myself painlessly? And then he's going to throw himself in front of a train. That poor guy driving that train. He just got endless train suicide. How much more time do I have left? Because I can't see shit. 2 minutes. Awesome. Perfect. Wonderful. 2 or 3. You guys are wonderful. I like to smoke pot. It helps with the pain. When I smoke weed, I get real weird sometimes. I remember I was watching this movie, Sleepers, with my best friend. It's a really great movie. You should watch it. I was watching it and I was high. And about halfway into the movie, Brad Pitt is delivering this really powerful speech. And he's like a lawyer. And he just goes like, and then it just cuts to black. And that's just the end. And I turned to my friend and I'm like, that is the greatest movie I've seen in my entire life. And she said, oh, right, actually it's one of those old DVDs where you gotta turn it over to get the second half. I was so high, I was like, no, I'm satisfied, that's great. No credits, I don't need any of that shit. That bitch was like, and then, and it's like black, best movie. At this point in my act, it shouldn't come to much of a surprise that I've been to a few psychiatric hospitals in my time. I've been to 5. I tried to write a book to tell you which ones have the best food. Psych hospitals aren't like what they're made out to be in movies and TV. They're not particularly funny places. I remember the funniest thing I'd ever seen in a psych hospital was that someone had been playing hangman on a whiteboard, and I found it very ironic. Hangman's a very strange game. It's a game where you yell out random letters to prevent someone from being hung. I kind of wish it was real. Like back when we hung Saddam Hussein, it's the government's job to come up with a really tough word. I pick xylophone every time. And it gets weirder from there too, because you don't start by hanging a regular guy. You start by hanging a multiple amputee. And then you slowly fulfill his dreams of having limbs. And then you hang him. Like 40 seconds. So, it's Halloween. right now. Every Halloween I have a tradition where I go to my local supermarket and I buy razor blades and apples just to watch the face of the cashier. And I explained to her, oh no, don't worry, I'm just giving children cocaine. Also, I have a horse. That's Ryanbourassa. Thank you very much for the show.